Hello, hello, hello.
Oh, ignore the camera, Ben. You're still in shot, Ben. Don't worry.
Right, let's clap.
Oh, clap on tree or clap after tree?
After tree.
After tree. 1, 2, 3.
No, do it again. Do it again. Do it again. Do it again.
Right.
Do it again.
Clap on tree.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
One more time, I think.
Clap on tree. 1, 2, 3. Oh, that wasn't on tree. That was after tree.
Oh, God. Who put that there? Oh! Okay.
Hello, Ben.
Look at this. Look at this lovely set. I've got the iPad here. Oh, look at these notes. Beautiful. This morning reminds me of old times.
Can you remind me, Ben, what I am doing here, please?
What do you think of the setup, Fiona?
I think it's a lovely setup. There's lots of lights, lots of green. Nice clean
Did
desk.
you see the twinkle in my eye this morning when I came back in from the garage?
No. All I seen was heightened stress.
Oh, so yeah, exactly.
That's
so
all I
you
seen.
recognise the illness.
Yes.
That was in my voice and the look on my face.
Well, I think it was you going around swearing that gave it away, actually.
God. Oh, God, it just removes the fun. It removes the fun, doesn't it? I don't know what to do with my hands.
Just ignore the camera, Ben. Yeah, what's your T-shirt about, Ben?
It needs to be on that side.
What's your T-shirt say?
The problem with the having the camera on is that you start to notice, you see everything. So I know I'm getting very stressed. I'm getting very stressed of everything in life. So I'm starting to lick my lips. I'm desperately trying not to lick my lips. I've put a whole tub of Lipsil on. Yeah, I'm okay. As I said, I put a whole tub on.
Did it look very glossy?
And other stuff that you do that you don't know you do. You don't know you do it. You're just sitting around. I do this quite a lot. I like to sort of readjust quite often. So I pick up my T-shirt and I do this. Don't know why. Just a bit uncomfortable. I just pick up the T-shirt.
I'm just sitting like this.
So
I don't feel stressed.
When it was just audio, it was fine, wasn't it? So what did I expect? What did I expect to do coming back to this arena? Same setup, now with lights, with a camera that's too high. The camera's too high. It's too high. Look at it. Look how high it is. It's almost hitting the ceiling.
Yeah. Well,
when we were demoing this,
we're in shot, Ben.
That's
all that
know.
matters.
When we were demoing this, it wasn't. Oh no, maybe because it was on the bench and it was using the smaller tripod.
Which we could essentially use for your mobile.
So sorry, what are we? Who are we? What are we doing?
You tell me, Ben.
Oh, right, so that's right. So we used to run a podcast, didn't we? Do you remember? Sorry, we. Okay, that's very. Use that very bloody loosely.
I used to show up with a rotten attitude, so now
that
I'm showing
was a film
up here.
one.
Oh,
we're not even going to talk about. Sorry, we used to do that a lot as well. I used to interrupt you. That was a film one. We're not even going to talk about it. We're not even going to mention this name.
Hold on a second. Can people see under the camera they can if I play footsie? Oh, they can.
Yeah.
Sorry.
This is going on YouTube and it's meant for children.
Oh, sorry.
We'll get to the children in a minute because I've got lots to say about children.
So I'm not allowed to say any bad words. I'm sorry if that happens.
Okay, so right, yes. What do you do with your hands? I'm leaning forward. I want to be relaxing, but I'm almost out of shot.
Ben, you're thinking so much into this.
Ignore the green screen. That was there because I wanted to put lots of funny things on it. So based on what the episodes will be, I want to put the green screen on and then have silly, wacky images. But I became too unwell mucking about with it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep the green screen. And then when we start becoming big, I'm going to get some child to put some wacky graphics on it based on what we're talking about.
Yes, okay.
So I think it will look quite good. I'm just too unwell to do it. I can't do it.
Define unwell. In what way?
I don't think I'm going to get into that because you need to be very careful with that. But I'm just not very good. I get a little bit stressed.
A little.
Shall we have a quick breakdown of...
So what is this, Ben?
You have to remember
First of all, what is this?
Some people might have just... Yes, please. I'm sure I'm getting to.
Okay.
Some people might have just stumbled upon this randomly. So we might have a couple of stragglers from the old podcast we used to do about films. So they might have come over.
Probably not.
Hi, Sean.
Oh, hi, Sean.
There's a camera. You're a good bloke.
Oh, yeah. Review it yourself.
He's on YouTube as well now. Bloody hell, good for him. He's doing live streaming, all sorts of stuff.
Cool.
I don't think he's quite dealing with this dog shit. Oh, no, we're not trying to swear, are we? It's for children. So you were coming over from the podcast. I have a quick snippet. I have opened a gym in my mum's garage. So I'm now a very successful businessman. Entrepreneur, shall we say. That's been a whole different thing. Yeah, we'll get into that at some point. But sorry, that's right, because we've now missed our time slot. So the buses will start to run. So that's a bit of a shame, but it's all right.
That's life. We're not going to stress about that. That's a road cleaner.
Sorry, is that a tornado?
No, it's a road cleaner. It'll be gone in about...
To be fair, if it's a tornado, I'm all right with it.
It's about 30 seconds, Ben. It'll go past. It's fine. It's just road cleaners.
It's just Sunday morning. You thought it'd be quite quiet. Obviously not.
No.
So that's what we're doing. I've opened a gym in my mum's garage, and we're just getting this first podcast done because I want this to supplement my business. God forbid, I want this just to be a bit of fun at the end of the week. I want to go, hey, Fiona. Oh, that's Fiona, by the way. She's called Fiona, and I'm Ben. I'm Ben, the face of Pushball. I know the camera's there, so when I'm talking, I almost want to go, I'm Ben, the face of Pushball Health. You have to pretend it's not there. It's just recording us.
Yes, Ben, I get that the camera's
there. It's an interesting dynamic,
but I'm actually not really that concerned about the bloody camera.
What should I do with my hands? Let me just...
So what, Ben, tell us what the name of your business is. Let me
It's called Pushball Health.
Oh, and what does that mean,
The
Ben?
tagline is pushing your health from the pools of life.
Oh,
I'm a personal trainer. If you didn't get that from opening the gym in your mum's garage, I help people. I transform their life. What I do that, how I do that, I worry as well because on audio when you make fuck ups and you misspeak and you say controversial things, it's
said a bad word.
It's just audio. It's so straightforward. You just cut it out. Now we've got that to contend with.
So, anyways, back to pushing your life.
I'm a personal trainer. I'm a personal trainer, and I will be pushing your health from the pools of life.
Can you explain what that means, Ben?
Well, you tell me. What's some pools of your life, Fiona? What's some pools of everyone's life? What pulls them? What pulls in their life away from their health? What? Give me some examples.
Red wine.
Yes, kids, family, commitment, time, work, stress.
Lack of sleep.
Yeah, yes.
Money.
Yes. So I'm here. No, it's just gentle push. From the pools. Some people might need they might need one of those.
So you're pushing somebody towards a more positive lifestyle and away from pulling somebody away from the negative lifestyle.
I'm all about positivity, aren't I? So, yes.
Yeah, you are.
You have to be mindful. Yep. You have to be mindful of this, Fiona, because this is new. This is a new crowd. So we're just going, the tone is the old podcast we used to do. That's the tone. We have to, I don't know, the tone's the same, but I just want it to be less stressful. And it's been very stressful this morning. Very quickly, because I used to do this a lot on film vlogs. I used to just go off. We used to be talking about a film. I was so bored by it. I was so stressed. I had to then just start talking about something else completely separate from it. Ben's woes is what we called it, I think, wasn't it?
Oh, yes.
It was just, woes. So about the film. Yeah, so anyway, guys, I've had a pretty tough day at work. Right, so this morning's been really rough because we are now recording.
You're like a hyperactive kid.
Because I need to get this out, Fiona.
Okay.
We've been talking about this for 6 months.
Yes,
this
Ben.
podcast. We've got other stuff to do today. I've just got to get it done. We're already 9 minutes in.
Yeah.
Did I set my timer?
Right, set it from now.
I'm going to set I had planned on setting it for... Right, we'll set it for 30 minutes. That's the cutoff. That means that's... Oh, God.
So, Ben, what was the inspiration behind your logo?
Bring me... Oh, sorry. I thought you were going to bring me back to what I was saying.
Oh, no. We're talking about film fuckers, Ben.
So I had this all set up. It was looking quite nice last night because it was dark. It's not looking as good now because it's natural sunlight's coming in. So last minute, I thought, do you know what? I won't fuck about with the camera.
Not much.
I won't mess about with the camera. I'll just use my iPhone. I've got a new iPhone.
Business that 4K. Good, eh?
I've touched my... What is it? What is it? You need to touch your future. Do you see what I mean? So you need to touch it. So if you want to fly business class, when you can't really afford it, you want to touch it. So you go and fly business class.
You want to get a taste.
You're in debt. You put it on the credit card. You really shouldn't be doing it, but you go, oh, Christ almighty. You fly it, you go, wow, I need to start living like this. So whatever you're doing, hopefully that will then spur you on.
Okay.
So getting a new iPhone,
Yeah.
getting a camera. Don't need any of them really, but I'm just touching it. I'm pushing myself
Getting a bit of flabber.
towards. I'm pushing myself towards that new life.
Good. Excellent.
Just lit my lips there. Very stressed.
I can tell.
Jesus
It's
Christ!
Ridiculous how stressed you are. Anyhow, deep breath, dear.
Yeah, so last minute I changed from using the camera to trying to use my phone. I thought, oh, let's just do that because the camera lasts about 10 minutes because the battery's knackered. Second hand, probably been fisted there, but never mind.
Business not that good then.
Yeah, I'm just as I said, I'm just touching. I'm just lightly stroking Fiona, okay? I'm not,
Grasping.
putting a finger in
That's okay.
the microphone.
Okay.
Bad decision, bad decision. I should have just stuck with the camera.
So let's cut a long story short. It was an awful nightmare, and he stressed a lot about it. And we're using the camera, which is plugged in.
It is recording, isn't it? Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
I'm concerned. Oh, this is the new Rodecaster. We won't get into that now. We're not going to get into that now. But there's no button. There's no physical button on this, so it stresses me out a little bit because it's like, oh, pretty sure it's recording, but there's no button.
Okay, so now that the housekeeping is all done, as in we've introduced ourselves, you've told them about business. Yeah, you've told everybody about licking your lips and your stress and filling floggers and the Rodecaster and the camera and the iPhone 15. Tell us about what the idea of this is, Ben. Why are you doing this podcast?
Just to supplement my business and hopefully have some fun with it.
Okay, and what's going to be the content? What are you going to talk about?
Well, right, okay. We're getting into the notes then, shall we?
Yes, that's what I'm trying to push you.
Did that make any sense?
I'm trying to push you towards that and pulling you away from the negativity of film vloggers.
God, that camera's a real problem. I can't
Ben,
stop myself.
just ignore the bloody camera.
It's a problem. Did that make any sense? Did that preamble make any sense?
It was a bit wishy-washy.
For someone coming in as a complete stranger, did that make any sense?
Do you want me to summarise? We did a podcast called Film Vloggers. It was awful. It sucked. We hated doing it. Ben had a segment where he wooed about everything, moaned about everything. Now he's an entrepreneur and he's the founder of his new business, Push Pull Health, which specialises in personal training and pushing people's health away from the pulls of life. So
what you're telling me by that is that I should have not said a word and you should have just done the first 30 seconds of the...
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
I can summarise. You can't. Anyways,
so this
proceed.
is just meant to be for some fun.
Oh, I'm having so much fun watching you.
Meant to be for some fun. God, my feet are freezing. I haven't got my trainers on.
I put my fluffy socks on, my penguins ones. Look.
We're in the garage. I don't know if I mentioned that or you can tell, but it's cold. It's cold today. It's
quite frosty morning.
Sorry, excuse me.
Anyhow, back to those notes.
To the notes.
Yeah.
Okay, so 2023.
Oof.
Quite the year, wasn't it?
Yes, quite so. A lot of things happened.
I'm assuming the camera won't pick this up.
Yes, I'm assuming it will, Ben.
Yeah, some travelling.
Yeah, this time last year we were in the lovely Sri Lanka.
We were, yeah. Yeah, my arse fell out.
No, tomorrow it fell out.
Oh, the day after. The curries from my birthday curries got me. They caught up with me the day after. A different story. I was running across a train track with the train actually coming. Try not to shit myself. But we'll get into that at some point. We'll get into it now.
So yes, we spent 7 months of 2013 travelling. So we did 12 months in total of travelling. And we covered 19 countries together. And I actually cannot believe that we're still in a relationship together.
No, yeah.
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 And now we're living with Ben's mum. Just temporarily. Until we find our own place, might I add.
Drop that pretty, yeah. So,
here we are.
But I'm not a loser. I'm an entrepreneur. Don't forget that. Oh, by the way, this isn't a parody. It sounds like it's a parody. It sounds like we're taking the piss. I do actually have it. This is actually a gym. I'm talking like this because I want to look at the camera. This is a gym.
Yes, Ben, I know it is.
This isn't a joke, everyone. I am an entrepreneur.
Okay.
They're actually paying me money. Real money.
To push them.
Push the health and the pulls of life.
Yes.
Oh, that's right. You and my mum do forget the tagline quite a lot.
I have to keep looking at your T-shirt.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Anyways, back to 2023.
Yes. Shall I just drop the bomb? Shall I just drop the joke that I had?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So there was so we had the travelling. The back end of 2023 wasn't the best.
No.
Yes.
Some personal family stuff.
Family members passed away. Yes, unfortunately.
I'm not really sure how this is a joke, but...
No, see, I was going to then bring that on to everyone's highlights of 2023. And because of, you have the joke about mother-in-laws, I was going to say my highlight of 2023.
I think you need to tread very carefully.
You see what I'm doing there, like, you see, people will enjoy that. It's dark, but they will enjoy that.
I don't like that, Ben.
No, I know.
I don't find that very funny at all.
I know, but you see that it's dark humour. A little bit of dark humour. So the travelling. So Ben, what's your highlight of 2023? Well, the old mother-in-law. Hey.
Yeah, that's going down.
I thought that was okay.
Yeah, that's not going down very well. Anyways, moving on swiftly.
But if you heard that.
My highlight of 2023 was actually swimming with penguins in the Galapagos.
Oh, right. Yes.
Yes, that was very fun for me. And those boat journeys.
God, it's cold in here, isn't it?
And never having to do a bloody podcast. We didn't do one podcast in 2023.
No,
that's wonderful.
That's true.
That's the highlight of 2023.
We took the kit, but quickly it was, God, shall I?
Was the last pod we did the King's Speech?
Probably.
I think it was.
No,
that was in Malaysia.
I do remember one morning waking up and...
Oh no, we did one in the Philippines.
Did we?
Yeah, we did one in Cebu.
Yeah, I do remember waking up.
We did do one in 2023 because we were
interesting that I thought we'd moved on from the talking over one another.
Says you who keeps talking over me.
Yeah, but that's the stress.
Yeah, I know.
It's not that bad actually.
It is quite bad, Ben. When you listen over, there you go. When you listen over to this again for the first 10 minutes, you will realise how bad it was. As soon as I open,
I think it's reasonable though, isn't it?
As soon as I open my mouth, you were in there.
It's reasonable.
That sounds wrong.
Kind of video, isn't it? God, that camera's awful. So distracting.
Anyways, back to your list.
Push, pull, health. 2023 for me was the year that even I got bored of my own shit. Do you see what I mean?
Yes, I do. I wonder when I'll get bored of your shit.
But you've known me for a while now. We've known each other for a long time now. I'm a good talker. I'm a good talker. I have lots of ideas, even now, every day. Oh, God, do the podcast, can do this, can do that.
I wouldn't.
I talk a very good bloody game.
I wouldn't exactly say you're a good talker. Well, you are very good. You can speak very well.
Sorry.
But I would say that you're a very good waffler. You do find it very difficult to stick on point.
Sleeping with a waffler, right?
Anyways, moving on swiftly from that point.
Yeah, that was it.
Anyways, focus.
2023 was the year that I had to think, right, am I going to do something about this? Am I actually going to do something about this? Am I going to try and start my own business? Am I going to take personal training seriously? I enjoy personal training. I think I'm pretty good at it.
He actually is. I'll give him that.
Well, it's easy for you to say though, isn't it? Realistically.
Well, considering that when we used to go to the gym together, I used to last about 5 minutes and I used to storm out. But you've actually personal trained me a few times. That
implies I'm not a very good personal trainer then.
No, because we used to go to the gym together and you were just doing your own shit. You weren't training me. And I do
like to do my own stuff, yes. I do like to do
But
my own
when you're
stuff.
focused on just training one person, training me, we actually got on very well, surprisingly.
Oh, and also you have to remember, Fiona, that the camera puts on about, was it like 44 pounds?
Oh, okay.
So be mindful of that.
Okay, why don't you be mindful of that, you fat prick? Oh, sorry, kids.
Christ,
Sorry,
where did that come from?
It just came out. Yeah, but I'm hunched in my little hoodie, so...
Yes. So what have I got? I've got so many notes here. Let's just rattle through them quickly because we've got about 10 minutes and then we'll sat this off. So yeah, that's it. That's it. I talk a good game, and like most people, I've got on the whiteboard actually in there. This is when people stop, and that's pretty much every day. Every day I'm mucking about with cameras and I'm mucking about with editing dog shit and I'm mucking about with business stuff.
And can I just point out...
Trying to get people into my mum's garage to train them. And every day I want to go, do you know what? This is hard. It's so much easier when I just talk about doing it. So much easier.
But that's
I'll just go back to that.
Talking about doing the thing is not doing the thing, Ben. That's another quote that's on your whiteboard.
That's correct, yeah. The only thing that is doing the thing is to do the thing.
Yes, that's correct.
Something along those lines.
That's correct.
So... yeah, that's where I'm at. I just didn't want to be that miserable bloke sitting in his chair, maybe a couple of kids going around the place and just going, oh, God, go away.
That'll be next year.
Go away. That's what I'm terrified of that. I'm terrified of that. Resenting children, resenting my life. Going, did you ever start that personal training stuff? Did you ever go back to the podcast world and take over it like you should have originally? Did you ever do that? No. I just had kids and stuff got in the way. Oh, that's a shame. Oh, you didn't do the thing then.
Nobody talked about doing the thing.
You see my point, though?
I see your point.
You speak the old guy at the bar. I could have been this. I could have done it. I could have been somebody. Mm-hmm. But stuff got in the way. Mm-hmm. That would have been me. It could still be me. Probably will be me. But at least we're here. At least I'm giving it a bloody good go.
Good. Next point.
What have you got to say about that? Anything?
Yes, well, somebody who's got very good resilience. You're one of those people that just do not give up. And there's always another bloody idea.
There is lots of ideas.
I just wish you didn't drag me into it.
Initially, I just had to have
I don't really like being on camera or talking.
Oh, you think I do? It's absolutely horrendous.
Anything like this. I've got nothing to give. Just literally trying to keep Ben on track, basically. That's my job.
I am freezing. It's cold.
Put a jumper on.
Those heaters have been on for over an hour, about 2 hours, and it's freezing. I had to turn them off because of the audio quality, of course. We've got bloody tornadoes outside. Can't have the heating going on as well.
I don't think anyone would notice.
So that's pretty much what we're dealing with. And also, this online stuff, we're doing this, putting it on YouTube, have all this kit, it looks very good. I also started dipping my toes into the realms of online personal training. Yet again, that spurred me on a bit more because I looked at these people talking about the same topics, dancing around the place. Now, I can't dance around the place. That's the stressful part, is that a lot of stuff when it comes to fitness is the same shit. I recommend protein because it helps build muscle. It's like, yeah, that's right. So now what you need to do to make that more entertaining is you need to start bouncing around the room and start creating hilarious skits. I've given you a sample, so I've now been banging on about that for the last 12 months.
And Ben is not a performing monkey, can I just say? He's very serious. Oh, there's the road sweeper coming up doing the other side of the road.
Come on, just let me finish this recording.
Oh.
So first and foremost, garage. Commandeer the garage from my mum, open the business. Tick. Step 2, get in front of the camera. Get this dog shit plugged in again. Have this supplement push-pull health. And also start walking into the realms of online personal training. I'm an online trainer. I've given you a flavour, though, of some of these online trainers.
I don't know how people listen to them and put up with them.
No, but,
I'm sorry.
There's
a couple that I like. More particularly Irish crowd, to be fair.
Oh, don't tell. Oh, God. There is so many Irish online personal trainers.
I don't know, maybe I'm biased. But they're good crack sometimes.
God, but they're just coming out with the same
Yes,
stuff.
it is all the same stuff, and that's the problem.
But again, I'm hesitant because here I am going, these people, I could have done that. I could have been an online trainer.
But you didn't.
Well, before this year, I found this cohort of online personal trainers when I was in Japan. And this is where this first came about. And yet again, it was, right. For some reason, I looked at someone like James Smith. You know, James Smith, he's doing very well. He's top tier online personal trainer. And I looked at him and thought, oh God, yeah, he's pretty good at it. Yeah, he's been doing it for a long time. He's pretty confident in front of camera. He knows his stuff.
He gets a lot of hate though, doesn't he?
Well, but that's good for him. He says it how it is, and he doesn't sell out, which is good. So I sort of thought, oh God, I don't know if I'm going to do that. I'd sort of just want to open my gym first. Let's get that done. Let's try and do that, get that off the ground, and then maybe I'll start. And then I saw the other people doing it. I was like, just Irish people just waving bits of fucking fat around. This is how much 2 pounds of fat looks like. I won't put examples because that means I'm then picking on people, but. It was, or just people just making the same recipes of the same shit. Here's a high protein cookie dough, ice cream dougher, cooker dougher. Get 1 scoop of protein, get this, get some coconut, mix it together. Cookie dough ice cream. Bloody hell. In the comments. Bloody hell. Where'd you get that from? Did you make that up yourself?
Yes, it's all...
No, they didn't.
It's all regurgitated shit, basically.
So I looked at that and thought, God, is the barrier to entry... No, it's still pretty high because you've still got to do all this shit. Really, this is the problem. So I can't just sit down and go, you should eat more protein. Push Pull Health. Thank you. I'll see you next week. It's not enough. I have to... You've got to do something else. So this podcast was my way of trying to do something. Dipping the toes. Mm-hmm. Because hopefully there'll be lots of nuggets that I will start to spill out on this, which I can then use for content. And then also at the same time, maybe have a little bit of dancing around the room. Like a little bit. Because you need to... It's entertainment,
I
isn't
ain't
it?
dancing on camera.
Yeah, but Instagram is entertainment. That's all it is.
Oh, I didn't know Instagram.
I understand why they do it, but I don't know. Yeah, there's lots to it. We'll get into it, but this is dragging. So that's what else. But that's it. Yet again. But I'm still in the same position. Me going, look at these people talking about protein and making cookie dough ice cream. Look at them. I could do that. Oh, yeah? Go on then. Oh.
Here we are.
I could, but I'm too busy. You see, it's the same point, isn't it? It's all well and good me coming and going, look at this Fiona, look at this gimp talking about high protein ice cream. Look at it. It's rubbish. I could do so much better. Oh, all right, Ben. Oh, how you getting on?
So to summarise...
Well, I'm too busy.
Summarise, you can do it. You haven't done it. Now you're doing it. You realise it's shit and it's actually hard work.
This is tough.
And very stressful.
This is rough. Yeah, this is rough. But it's at the same time, what does that mean? What, turning some lights on and putting the camera on? But my biggest problem is always going to be the same. I obsess over stuff. I can't just do it.
Oh yeah.
No, but it's hard. It's paralysis by analysis. It's difficult because you analyze. It's the logos. It's the website. It's the microphone. It's getting. I must have the roadcaster.
Well, Ben can't.
I must have the best of the best.
Yes, Ben can't do little steps. He has to just go all in, and that's it.
No, but I'm a perfectionist.
Yes,
and
it's really annoying.
There's something. What was that? There's something about perfecting something. It's just another form of procrastination.
That's the truest thing I have ever
masquerading
heard.
as
you say.
But it seems like you're being really, it has to be. This has to be better. These leaflets. Oh, you probably won't live in the area, but I'll be dropping off leaflets in the area soon for Push Pull Health, my private, personal 1-to-1 or 2-to-1 gym in my mum's garage. Don't spend too much time worrying about the mum's garage part. It was just a necessary evil.
It looks very well.
It's very professional in here.
Yes, I did a lot of work in here as well. Anyways, next point.
Yes, I think this is probably going as well as I'd hoped.
Yes.
Because realistically,
well, you're a bit rusty.
I've got so many notes. Mm-hmm. Here we go.
Oh, I'm waiting, Ben. The suspense.
Oh,
dun, dun, dun.
I had a conversation with this man in America many years ago when I was out there doing soccer coaching.
Coach Ben.
It was eventful, very eventful evening. I was on his boat at about 2 a.m. He was doing well for himself.
I haven't heard this story.
No, it was interesting. Yeah, that was interesting until he fell in. That was very concerning. I couldn't swim at the time.
You've never told me this story.
No, it was very interesting.
Proceed. I'm intrigued.
No, it was a few drinks. Lots of laughs.
You fell into the ocean.
No, I didn't. Mercifully, because I would have died.
Right. Okay. I thought you implied you fell in.
It was it was cold for America. It was like 15 degrees. So it was pretty chilly.
Summer here.
God, my feet are freezing.
Right.
So yeah, having this conversation, and he'd recently just left his wife.
Oh.
So he lots of money. He was doing very well for himself, but he was just talking about how he's what was he like mid-30s, and he just sat in his chair, his lazy boy chair, I think he said, and he was like, I'm absolutely miserable. I'm so fucking miserable. And he said something about which and then I made him send me the blog of this guy, and he said, and I was drunk, so I could barely remember this, but I caught him to this, and he said about how he just wanted to release the tiller.
Release the tiller.
I didn't know what the tiller was at the time. I remember the next day I was like, so what was the tiller stuff? So the tiller is what helps steer the boat.
Okay.
And he heard this from this guy called Jed McKenna.
Okay.
He's into spiritual stuff. Yeah, release the tiller.
So can you explain what that means?
Well, it's about it's
steering
the thing that steers the boat.
So you have to release.
His point was, Yeah, so his point was he just wanted to go off in a different direction. It was just in one direction, just heading in the same direction, and it was making him ill. And he just sort of looked at it, he just said, I read that and it really stuck with me, and I just one day thought, oh God, I need to just release the tiller.
You want to divert off track.
Try something new.
Yes.
Before it was too late. And then funny enough,
he met you.
No, so I read the blog. This was quite a while ago, and I wasn't to release the tiller. I could barely get out of bed. This wasn't good. I was still, smoking, drinking, having a good time. Interesting. I took a lot. Well, I didn't take anything from it, but I was like, oh, that's quite interesting. Didn't do anything with it. And then, our good friend, who's not our friend, he will come on the show one day when I start to become big.
Hello, friend.
Yes.
I love him.
Modern wisdom. Yes.
Yeah, we listen to so much of you.
Welcome back to the show.
We listen to so much of him.
He's in
New Zealand, on our little cars and in our little camper vans.
Yeah.
And literally there was a lot of tension on the drives. And just having him there with his little hello, friend.
Welcome back to the show. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I love him.
Chris Williamson. Yeah, no, again.
Horsey was the other one, wasn't it?
Hormozy?
That's the one.
Yes.
That's the one.
Yeah, again. Yeah. Bright bloke. Yes, again, Chris Williamson. However he's got there, very easy to look at someone like Chris Williamson and just go, oh, God, this guy, I could do that. I could interview all these famous people and all these intellects, but I'm too busy.
I can imagine it's extremely draining. He's got like a good few people on a week, doesn't he?
Oh yeah, but
like 3 or 4 people.
As I've said to you, it's a superpower, isn't it?
But it's like how he knows a lot about the stuff, so he has to read all of their stuff and research first.
It's the dream, isn't it?
Like how?
It's the dream.
How does he have time to do that?
What's his full-time job? He's a podcaster. That's what he does. It's the dream. It's like me doing that. Forget about the personal training. Yeah, I still want to do that, but you've got this guy coming on. Oh, you need to read his book in preparation. Make sure you're asking some good questions. Steer the conversation. He's doing that 3 times a week. I remember oh God.
I remember
lucky bastard.
I remember the first time in New Zealand that we listened to him. I think it would have been on like our first or second drive. And I just remember like this because the speaker wasn't that great, wasn't it? And I just remember this booming, hello, friend.
Oh, yes.
And I said, I love him. Very, very interesting, I have to say. For somebody who doesn't listen to podcasts other than crime documentaries.
Oh,
very good.
We'll get into that. We need to finish off here. What was my point? Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah, so my mate Chris, future mate Chris.
Yep.
He mentioned release the tiller.
Oh, did he?
Like a couple of years ago maybe. Oh. And he mentioned it when we were traveling. I was like, oh Christ, yeah. Oh God. And I think that was in and around the same time when I started to really get into it. I thought, God, what am I going to do for 2023? We're still traveling until back end of the year. What am I going to do when I go home? Am I just going to resume the same thing? Or maybe I'll try and release the tiller. I'm sure you were aware of the shift where I was just prancing along, reading my books and I like reading my books. I'm very cultured.
Well, in Japan, I literally had to hold your hand crossing the road.
That's right. Yeah. That's where Push Pull Health came from. I was thinking of names
all the time.
Yeah.
Literally, he'd stop in the middle of the road to write on his phone, and
that's right.
He was a bloody nightmare. In Japan, you do not stop in the middle of the road, so.
Yeah, I was
bloody Japs will come and get you.
Steady.
No, seriously though, it's very busy.
Yes.
That's what I mean.
Yes, I needed help in Japan. All the lovely deers. What was that? Naro.
Yeah, I enjoyed that. You gave out to me for buying crackers.
Yes, I was just thinking about the tagline. I barely noticed the deers, to be honest. Sorry, guys. You look lovely, but I was just.
I got some pictures of you with the deers, Ben.
Yes, pushing your life, health pushing. It was So that was interesting.
And I helped with that, by the way.
Yeah. So thanks, Chris. Thanks for reminding me of Release the Tiller. What was the other thing that I had as well that I read daily and think, Christ almighty. Oh God, I should know it by now. What's it? What is it? There's so much on here.
Yeah, you really need to.
No, the Tolstoy one. About every time the sun goes down, a part of your life goes with it. God. God, that really hit me.
Stop for a second, say it again and say it slower.
I can't remember the full quote, but it's the premise of it is when the sun sets at sunset, it takes a piece of your life with it. Oh, God.
Okay, calm down.
If that doesn't fire you up, I don't know what will. Yeah, come on, guys. God, it is so cold in here.
I was just stretching my legs.
Yeah.
I'm crossed over.
Yeah, that's another one. Oh, Christ. Basically, I just need to do the thing. Yeah. That's what we're saying.
But
that's what we're saying.
You're taking the right steps in doing the thing, aren't you?
Oh, there's so much on here. So much on it. Right, lay out the show quickly, and then we will move on. We've got the first podcast in the bag. Pushball Health. It's going on YouTube. God forbid what it's going to look like on that camera.
God forbid it was going to sound like with Ben waffling.
We've got to do hundreds of these. We've got to do 100.
Oh, I can't wait.
That's the gold standard. I think you need to...
Am I invited on them all?
Well, hopefully I'll be able to get...
Oh, good. Chris, please, come on. Please.
Yeah,
please take me away.
But yeah, no, in the future, please.
James, come on, please.
Who? Oh,
James
yes.
Smith.
Yeah.
Sean. Anyone.
Sean?
Anyone.
Oh, we'll get Sean on.
Anyone that's not me.
Good bloke. Get him down. Get him in the hot seat. Layout of the show. So so mainly fitness. So this will be mainly me just talking at you about the fitness stuff. But as I've always said, because I know you're very hesitant to do this and other stuff, I said, look, God forbid, Fiona, we actually may, well, you will, because I probably won't ever fully enjoy it because I'm so stressed about everything else that goes into it. Talking about fitness stuff and linking it in with other stuff, you may get something from it. You may go, oh, do you know what? That's actually quite interesting.
Absolutely not.
You may do.
You may do.
So we'll have something fitness related. So, for example, maybe one of the first shows would do something along the lines of
you need to sleep more.
That's quite boring. Shift workers. You used to be a shift worker. So there's quite a few online trainers. And yet again, I looked at that and think, oh, that makes sense. They've niched down to shift workers because they were themselves. They might have been a police officer or a nurse or whatever. Makes sense. And then I sort of thought, I'll look at some of their content just to see what, out of interest, what can I nab from them and go, oh yeah, that's a good idea. It's just the same shit.
I can categorically say, if I was doing 4 night shifts in a row, you would not see me in the gym until I was finished. So this bullshit of go for a workout before your shift starts. Babes, I've just done a 12-hour shift.
Right.
I'm going to sleep for a few hours. Then I have to cook, get my shift together and go. People who work 9 to 5 jobs, getting in 10,000 steps is hard.
Oh, that's on the leaflet.
It is so hard.
That's on the leaflet, Fiona.
Like, it takes me. So if I'm on we've got a walking treadmill, which, we use sometimes. If I do 30 minutes on that, I'm only getting in about 4,300 steps on that. That's 30 minutes. So you're telling me I have to walk an hour and a half to get in my 10,000 steps, which everybody recommends. Absolutely ridiculous.
Oh, I was just trying to...
Who has time for that?
Christ.
And 10 kids running around their feet and cooking dinner and washing and maintaining a house and dealing with fucking Ben.
I can't get a word in.
It's just absolutely ridiculous. It's such a... the way people say it, like, oh, get your 10,000 steps in. How? I'm sat at a desk all
just
day
get
long.
them in. What's
I'm
the
on the
problem?
phone. I can't be walking around on the phone because then I have to go and write reports afterwards. Oh, it's 30 minutes.
Right, we'll have a grace period, 5 minutes. Grace period, 5 minutes.
So it's so difficult, and I think the expectation is, and like I've seen this on other things as well about sleep, getting in 8 hours sleep. Yeah, great, the dream. I would love to get 8 hours sleeping every day. To be fair, I do, but my sleep quality is shit recently.
Fiona,
what am I meant to do about that? What am I meant to do about that? My diet is okay. I am exercising. I may not be getting 10,000 steps in, but I'm getting at least 8,000 in.
This is good. Now, I'm the personal trainer. I'm pushing the health. I've said nothing interesting about health. And I've just said to you, hey, do you know what, Fiona? I think you might get something from this. And you've just said, no, I don't want to be here. And the only person who's actually said anything about health in this whole podcast was that.
Well, somebody has to, because you're not going to make the bloody move, are you?
So there we go. Point proven. So when we actually get into it properly and we start breaking down these topics, interestingly, not boring, I think you might get into it. So maybe we'll start with the shift worker stuff because you have experience with that, and maybe we'll talk about practical tips, ones that aren't
NEAT exercise.
Stupid. Who?
NEAT. NEAT.
Non-exercise activity thermogenesis?
Yeah, because I went to the shop yesterday and I was like...
Oh, you're getting your NEAT up? Oh, interesting,
yes.
Right.
And went to the shop yesterday and I got 7,500 steps in. And I didn't even realise I was walking for that long.
We'll get into this, Fiona.
So,
we'll get
yeah.
But see,
get your NEAT in,
these
girls.
topics, it's hard because I obviously know about these topics.
I have no idea what that means.
Yeah, if I didn't, I'd be in a bit of trouble. I've been around the industry, a few years now.
I think my toes are frostbitten.
Yes, it's very cold. We're going to finish off.
Okay.
So I know about these topics. So, and I watch trainers and coaches talk about them, and I think, oh, for Christ's sake, shut up. I've heard it, but the point is, not everyone's heard it. Most people haven't heard it. and they want to hear it from the person they enjoy. That's all you can do. So you're talking about topics that I know about because I'm a personal trainer and I've seen it every day. I listen to hundreds of hours of podcasts talking about the same topics. But a lot of people haven't. So, and also at the same time, if everyone's talking about the same topics, you have to do something with it, don't you? That's why you get people bouncing around the room. That's why you've got all these different cups and all these different things that people are using going, this represents your calories. Watch me pour the water out. That means you're exercising. It's because you have to entertain, because it's the same topic that everyone's heard. Not some people have heard already. So they go, oh, I've sort of heard that. Oh, but have you seen me do it whilst I'm spinning around or whilst I'm doing this? I haven't. I like this guy. He's entertaining. I'm going to follow him. That's my problem. I don't want to do lots of jumping around the place. So I have to try and find a way to entertain, talk about the same stuff.
In a subtle way.
But have to think, oh, hang on a minute. Just because I've heard it 100 million times doesn't mean everyone else has.
Exactly, Ben. You have to think of other people.
That's the hard part. So this podcast was my way of trying to just, as I said, dip the toes.
Okay, no one can hear you.
Okay, right, yes.
So anyways, the content of the show.
Fitness stuff. That's going to be so we're going to aim for an hour. This is really, I honestly thought this was going to be about 20 minutes.
Yeah, Ben,
honestly.
I knew well this would not be the case.
Okay, yeah.
So and your mother knew well as well. We all knew well.
Yes, all right, yes. I'm a personal trainer who works from their mum's garage. You know, stop bringing it up, all right?
Go on, anyways, next.
Fitness stuff.
Yes, you said.
We will then have a film review. We're going back to our roots. So we'll do some film stuff because we're mixing up and some people like
we don't have time to watch films.
Well, we'll make time. But we will. Hello, everybody, friends.
Hello, friends.
He makes time to read 8 books a week. So we can make time to watch 1 film a week.
Babes, I'm working a lot. I do a lot of overtime.
Okay, right.
Bedtime's
so we're going to have. So we had something called 15 minutes of flog from our old podcast, which was just a 15-minute review, very short and sweet to the point. We're going to bring that back because there's no fucking way we're talking about a film any longer than 15 minutes.
Well, it's going to be 15 minutes.
Well, that's the max,
right?
Isn't
okay.
it? But as you can tell, yes, because this is 44 minutes.
Can
in.
we not just say I watched this last night? It was shit. Goodbye.
Yes, yes. That's
all we need.
That's what we should have done. But somehow, for 2 years, we shat out hour-long
I had
reviews.
to look at trivia.
Yes, I know.
I don't even know what trivia is.
2 people that are really unfussed about films. I have a little bit of an interest. You have zero interest.
Zero.
We used to shit out an hour and a half podcast talking about 1 film.
I'd rather talk about The Handmaid's Tale.
We can maybe do. I did think about doing a TV show, but again, let's not push it because if we can't commit to 1 film a week, how are we going to commit to a TV show?
15 minutes of film. Next.
I've got here Fiona's true crime recommendations.
Oh, I'm listening to one at the minute, and it's very, very good. I have to say, very good.
God, it's gold.
Well, I don't know if it's very good because I'm only halfway through, but it's got me thinking. It's got my clocks turning. So.
Well, all you women love true crime, don't you?
Oh, I love it.
We've got to get the women on board. We've got to get the women, the men. We've got to get everyone on board.
Anything to do with murdering, slashing and dicing, I am in.
Slashing and dicing?
Yeah, dicing up bodies.
Slice and dice?
Yeah, slicing up, dicing up bodies.
Slashing and dicing.
It's like literally, they found a toe. They found a finger, a nail. Oh, amazing. I know, it's dark stuff,
Jesus.
isn't it?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
It's like, why do we love it so much?
It's the hot thing. True crime, there is, again, thousands and thousands of...
I only like one of them, though. One person and one person only. And that's my Australian. I don't think you see my mouth. It was moving. Yeah, no, Ben. Okay. But I wasn't finished talking, was I?
Sorry. Yeah, true crime. Without getting too stressed about creating, because I would, you know what I'm like, a whole separate true crime podcast. I wish I could, but the time's just not there. This is it. This is our way of just dipping the toes. Dipping the toes. True crime, Fiona, what have you listened to this week? What would you recommend? You know, bloody hell, I'm all for it. Dissertation, serial killers. That was me.
Yep, there you go.
Yeah, good. Bundy, Dahmer, Gacy, Kemper, Ramirez.
Put your hand down, Ben.
Hello, can I speak? Yeah, so that's what we're going to do. I'm all for it. So that sounds good.
We should maybe talk about the Ted Bundy documentary as well. Because that was quite interesting.
But you have to remember this is we're aiming for.
Yeah, but we can combine the true crime and the documentary.
Okay.
So the film we can combine it into one, or the Ted Bundy film.
I love your enthusiasm, but this is 46 minutes, and this is just
whose fault is that?
Okay, so we have. I really want to just have an hour of this every week.
Okay, so let's go.
It's literally bang next.
Okay, so thank you for listening. Oh, he's still going.
So this we'll see how this goes. Kiddie floggers. So the old film podcast, film floggers. Kiddie floggers. So I'm I'm quite keen to start touching kids. Oh, sorry. I mean, but sorry, let me put a bit of context to that. I mean touching kids in the sense of me touching on what they're doing in their lives. So this is me going on TikTok and seeing what's trending. And there's lots of Irish kids. So, old Uncle Ben will try and ring the kids each week. This probably won't happen, but it's a good idea.
I'm not truly optimistic myself.
But it's interesting because I if I'm going to start getting into the realms of social media and start having to actually take an interest in this and what's trending and all this dog shit, it actually would be quite a good idea for me to talk to the children and go, right, kids, I saw this on TikTok this week. What the hell is this? What's the next challenge? What's the next bit of shit?
Well, the current piece of shit is murder on a dance floor.
Oh, yes.
Because of
Saltburn, wasn't it?
Saltburn,
yes.
Yeah, so that's trending at the minute because I was in Ireland last week.
Right.
And they told me. They couldn't believe that actually I knew that song. Little shits. They couldn't believe I knew that song. They thought it was a new song. Babes, I was dancing this when I was 10. So...
Right, so there you go. So, but there you go. So you've seen it firsthand.
Yeah.
The kids are on the phones.
To be fair, I did hate the song when I was younger. I actually quite like it now, to be fair. It's just because I can just imagine him dancing around with his little willy going everywhere. It's just hilarious.
Yes. Barry.
Good scene. Good old Irishman.
Good actor, yeah.
Good old Irishman.
Yeah, more Irish.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the premise of it is, I think it's quite good. If how we're gonna actually implement it into the show, but we'll try. We'll try. Just 2 minutes. Hi kids, it's Uncle Ben here. How are you getting on? What's this?
Good.
What's this? Yeah. Yeah, I need a bit more than that, Soph, if you can.
Good.
What's this trend mean? Yeah, but if you, I feel like if you talk about the right stuff, if you touch them in the right way.
Ben, please.
Sorry?
Just stop saying that. That's just wrong.
If you touch, I don't understand. If you touch them in the right way, in the right areas, they will. I don't understand. Please, we're trying to finish this off. They will speak. They will open up, and if it's a, I don't understand.
If you touch them.
Let me speak. Let me finish, please. So I thought maybe we'll get something from them. 5 minutes. Okay, thanks very much. Hang up, move on. That's it.
We'll see.
Yes?
Yes.
I think it's just a good idea. It might fall down a little bit because ideally I'd want to try and get into as many kids' holes as possible. Well, what I mean is I want to try and get into their ears. I want to try and enter as many holes as possible.
Ben.
The ears, the listening, the eyes maybe, they can watch. But if there's swearing and there's inappropriateness going on, like kids can't really watch and listen because, But there's ideas there. There's ideas. Kiddie vloggers, yeah. I've got something really random, actually. I don't know why. Game vloggers here. And then I got something about Dark Souls. I don't know what.
The game Dark Souls.
Yeah, that must have
game vloggers.
I must have linked into something. Probably game vloggers. Another disaster. Oh, the clanging of the blacksmith's tools. Remember that? Remember over COVID when
Yeah.
And I used to play a bit of Dark Souls, and then
and I used to be just sitting in the sitting room, and next thing there was this big massive scream, and it made me jump. It was like a blood curdling scream from Ben.
Yeah, it wasn't
and it's just because he died.
Yeah, it wasn't from the game. It was from me. Yeah,
it was from frustration.
But I used to enjoy the noise of the clanging of the blacksmith's tools whilst I was upgrading my armor. Going, oh gosh, what should I get? What should I get to fight the baddies now? It's hard, this game.
So, anyways, this frostbite is increasing.
Okay, yeah, so we'll try that. I've got it here as, think of me as trying to infiltrate the KKK. No, that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to infiltrate kids' lives. I'm trying to get into their holes.
Oh, we're back to kiddie vloggers again. Okay.
Yes, I'm trying to infiltrate.
Okay.
Like Black Klansman, the Denzel Washington's son. He's a black man and he infiltrates the KKK.
Oh, okay.
That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get in. I'm trying to infiltrate it.
Okay.
The kids.
Yep. I got it. You have a keen interest in children.
Trying to get in the kids.
Yeah. You're trying.
It's
not a laughing matter.
No. Okay. I don't know why you keep laughing. I don't understand.
You might need to reword it.
Very quickly, I've read around the world, I've read around the world. Aye. So I was going to have something at the end.
I've been around the world.
Yes, I know.
Not read.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So my bit is I've read around the world. Aye. So I was just going to have a little bit at the end, just to tell the listeners and the viewers, what I read that week. What was interesting. Basically saying, look at me, I read a lot. Look how great I am.
That's a lot of content.
Yeah, it's just ideas. We might,
okay.
But the kiddie flogger thing probably won't happen initially. So I think I've read around the world. I. I think
how many eyes?
Like 3 or 4. I think that's Again, it's something interesting. Not just look at me. I've read this article about this dog shit. It's I read this. Maybe I thought this would be interesting. What do you think? Maybe not. Comment below. Comment on the YouTube comments. Just email me, ben@pushpullhealth.com.
Can I just say
something like that?
You have to edit this. So shall we just?
Can you believe how cold it is?
Shall we just move on?
And that's it. Yeah, and the fitness tips, something silly. So
drink 2 liters of water a day.
Yeah, we'll probably get into this in the actual fitness content.
Get your 10,000 steps in, everybody. Yes. It's super easy to keep moving.
God, you've got a real bee in your bonnet about the 10k steps.
Yeah, because I tried to get my 10k in. It takes fucking hours.
Right. Okay. Well, that's what's on the leaflet, Fiona. So
and all I want to do is blob out in the evenings.
It sounds like you might be interested in having your health pushed from the pools of life. Well, so if you see a leaflet around the town that we live at, give me a call.
There's a box of 1,500 in the dining room. I don't need to go around to town, Ben.
Do you want one?
No.
Right. Don't want to push your health, then, do you?
On that note,
fitness tips. Yes. So that would be
okay. Not on that note.
If we haven't spoke enough about fitness, we'll just end on fitness because it is a fitness podcast. First and foremost, it's push pull health.
You look like such a ponce over there.
Okay, right. So it would be that's fine. We'll get into that more. And I was going to say something else, but I've completely forgotten. Yes. And I spent a good couple of days trying to think of a name for this podcast. I was like, should I fit flog filth fit flogger food? Because I was trying to think of triple F.
Yeah.
And then I just woke up one day and thought, oh, hang on, it's called Push Pull Health, isn't it? Your business is called Push Pull Health. So maybe just call the podcast Push Pull Health.
That'd be a good idea.
Yeah, that took me about 4 days.
Good. I just assumed that's what you were going to do.
No, I was just walking like, Mum, listen to this quickly. Fit film flogger.
We spoke about this in Japan then as well.
No. But this was later on. This is when you were off on holiday.
Oh.
Yeah.
I think I was on holiday, but
and then it was just your show's called Push Pull Health, so maybe just call it Push Pull Health. Like people will call themselves, James Smith, personal trainer.
Okay,
it's pretty straightforward,
guys,
isn't it?
Welcome to Push Pull Health, where we push your health from the pulls of life.
Why are you reading it? Because
I want to get it right.
I was going to get up quickly and just try and show them the back of the t-shirt. I'll do that quickly, shall I? I'll just get up.
You're just going to do it, aren't you? Be careful of your headset.
Let me just.
Make sure you're in set, Ben. Oh, dear Jesus, this is a disaster.
Hi, it's Ben here. I'm still here.
You need to bend down a bit, Ben. Bend down. No.
What?
You need to... Why do you bend? You need to go back so people can see it back. And then hunker down like you're doing a squat.
Okay.
But no, straighten your back.
I'll wiggle my arse.
Straighten your back.
Can they see it?
Personal coach.
Can they see it? So it's health coach and personal. What's on the back of the t-shirt?
I can't remember. Don't know. See?
Right, so it's the bottom part. There's my contact details, and then I've got But
it's going to be the other way around.
Oh, that's right.
It's stand in front so they can see your logo. So if you let go of the microphone, Ben.
Okay.
That's the sight for sore eyes, and take your headset off.
Okay, I'm just going to come to the camera.
Oh, take it off, and I'll tell you what it says. It says personal training and health coach. Embrace your rotten attitude, exercise and nutrition. Instagram at pushpullhealth. Email ben@pushpullhealth.com. That's the logo. If you see that logo, give it a like.
Okay, that will do. Thank you very much. And
thank you very much for listening, and we will enjoy pushing your health from the pulls of your life in future.
That's all I've talked about in 6 months, and you still have to look at it.
Lots of love, Ben and Fiona from Push Pull Health.
See you for the next one. It's gone. I'll see you for the next one. We're gonna have a lot of fun.
Microphone, Ben.
We're gonna have a lot of fun.
Adios, amigos.
More energy. Come on, do it now! More energy.